Hello and welcome, my galactic nincompoops. How you doing today? We've got the Frozen Scourge. Basically what we have to do is we have to defend 3 villages. So to do that, what we have to do is use our 3 units and our hero properly. I am playing an impossible. I was called impossible, I'm sorry. Impossible. And overall it's not easy. I'm also using Blue Dragon over here, which means if you have a different hero who's not quite as amazatastic as her, it may be a little bit more struggle-issues, but overall, it's really not that bad. The second part is probably the hardest. The third part's probably the easiest, as long as you don't spend your Ethereum on this part. So what we're going to do is we're going to not spend any of our Ethereum, not buy the hut. Pizza the Hut, or Job of the Hut, or anybody. Nope, we're not using any huts today. We're just protecting our 4 little houses over here. So I found the best combination of units actually to be the Brawler in the front, Channelers in the middle, and Snipers in the back. This works very well in a lot of situations, if you're ever curious. Brawlers are just freaking tanky, dude. And then your hero can kind of just be all over the place. Put him wherever you want, man. Because I have Blue Dragon, I mean, she's freaking awesome. She flies around and is super strong and does a lot of damage, does some insta-kill action, so, yeah, she's just freaking sweet. I could have put her, what I do normally do though, the best way I like to use her is I put her in the front, I tank some of the damage. If I've got my heal, I use my heal up really quick. And if I ever see any flame guys, I try and insta-kill them, because those guys are the biggest pain for me. I'm not really sure why they do so much damage, but they light my guys on fire. They throw giant fire grenades, so if I ever have any groups of 3 units, they die really quickly. Alright, so this is probably the most difficult part, and it's because you have to use the spores to your advantage. So what you want to do is leave the snipers a little bit closer to the top here, but not much further, because you want them to hit both sides, the left and the right. You want your channelers not quite in range of any spores exploding, and then the brawler, if they explode on him, he just freaking doesn't care. He's like, suck my balls, get out of here, you know? So it kind of sucks that we're not quite in range, but we don't want to push them any further than they already are. So as long as they're in range of channelers, move them around as you see fit. That's just the way it works, man. And then explode the spores. They come back quite often, actually. So try and get the guys bundled up right near the spores, and then ba-boom, ba-boom. Just annihilate them, take them down. Even if they're kind of in range of your brawler, it just doesn't really matter that much. So that's my opinion. Because I have Blue Dragon again, I can just kind of maneuver her around over here whenever I need to on the right side. But be a little bit careful. If those guys end up getting to your base, they can chop through that house pretty quickly. It's just 5 or 6 attacks, and it's already dead, you know? So try and stun these guys next to the spores. Exploding a spore doesn't mean an insta-kill or anything like that, but it usually means that we can hurt them enough to not cause us to have to kill these guys for a really freaking long time. So again, Brawler in the front, Channelers just behind them as long as they're attacking somebody, Hero kind of everywhere, wherever you want to be, and just Micro. Just a little bit of Micro is all that's required. And don't forget that you always got your insta-kills if you're using your hero, or use your abilities properly. So it seems like they're finally starting to cave in on us a little bit. I'm going to insta-kill the Firestarter guy. Hero's going to tank a little bit of damage for a little bit and kind of let the Brawler heal up a little bit. You can try, if you want to use the Brawler on the front and put some not Guardians, the shieldy people. I don't even remember what their names are. But the shieldy Emperor ladies. Use them, the Empyreans. Use them, and they can help shield your Brawler, or shield your Snipers, or shield your hero, or whatever. You know, it helps out a little bit when you need it the most. So what we're doing, though, is, again, we're kind of stunning these guys right on a lot of the spores, and I try and move my hero around really quick to explode the spores really quickly, and bloop, if we shoot it right, they explode real good. Real good. And I believe that brings us over to the third area? Yeah, alright. So this one, like I said, is actually some of the easiest. I don't know what the heck this crystal is, by the way. I think it has to probably has something to do with some sort of achievement or something.
Nice and easy.
Otherwise I have no freaking idea what it is.
Engines roaring.
I was trying to figure it out. I don't know. If you guys want to let me know, awesome. But all I did was I built my building over here, so we got some Yargers Schmurgs coming out right now, and I built all 3 of them. So now, not only do I have just 3 units to use and a hero. Now I have like 6. So these guys, you can't really control them all that well. You can aim with them, you can target with them, technically, but you don't get to control them where they go or how they do things. So just understand that the guys are going to be coming from a bunch of different angles, and one of the most painful ones is the guy that throws frickin' Molotov cocktails over a frickin' mountain down here. He's annoying as crap, man. These flame starter guys, they're going to be shooting, watch, just wait and see. But again, same technique. We're going to put the brawler on the front, Chandler's just behind, and then the sniper somewhere near the base, basically. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I did a no building lost guide on Impossible right here. So this was obviously not that difficult of a mission if you're picking the right units. And I think that's the main thing. You build too many. So here's the guy. Oh, look at that. He just throws them over the freaking mountains, dude. That's just, no. Just, no. No, you shouldn't be able to do that. That's just ridiculous. It's kind of funny, actually. I tried the Guardians, the Sword Guardians, the Sword Empyreans. They weren't all that good. They tended to just die a little bit too quickly, I guess. I tried the Firestarter Mecha. He also was a little bit struggle-licious. He just didn't seem like he was tanky enough to survive against these guys. So we ended up dying just too gosh darn quickly. And then as far as Rangers, Snipers, or whatever go, Snipers are really nice because they got the insta-kill action. It doesn't insta-kill every time, but the amount of insta-kills that you get is just worth it. So, on casual or something like that, these guys might not be as strong. You might be able to just chop through 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. But when you're playing Impossible, you got to get every single advantage that you can, and one of the best advantages is an insta-kill. So I believe the last wave is coming up right after this, and then we win the game. Alright, perfection. But it's going to be a pretty beefy wave, as you can plainly tell. So I dropped my dropship on this flame guy again. He's still throwing stuff in my building and still going to end up burning almost to death over here. But we don't let it happen. We kill them all. Now, one nice thing about this level is that there's no portals. So you don't have to specifically aim portals at any point. It's just random guys kind of coming in. As long as you're killing them, you're going to be fine. You don't have to spread yourself too thin either. As long as you're somewhere in the way of the buildings, they're never going to just go over there and start killing them all, Even that other flame guy, he would have to go all the way to my base to kill those ones in the back up there, because barely anybody comes from the top. So, that is actually going to be, I believe, very close to the end of the mission. But watch this, man. Was this the one? I can't remember. One of them crashed on me. I don't think this was the one that crashed on me. But yes, it is a post-commentary, in case you're curious. And feel free, if you want to, just go maneuver around if you want. It can be a little bit fun to do. There's no way you can build units or anything. There's no way to really get Ethereum, or even if you needed to, there would be no point to getting more Ethereum. We already spent what we needed to, And it would be crazy if you did the Brawler and had him, gather some Ethereum for a little bit to, build an extra guy or something. But I don't think that's worth it at all, man. Just too much time, too much effort to make anything like that happen. So that's going to be the end. If you guys enjoyed this little walkthrough right here, make sure you press the like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't. And, of course, have a super duper delicious day.